Hi, today I'm going to show you how to do this technique that I used on this card. I've got this nice ombre effect that I achieved using the watercolors. If you don't have the watercolors yet, you're going to want to order these. It's really a great product, really fun to work with, and your customers will love it. And we all know that they buy what we show them. So invest in these products so that you can feature this stamp of the month and market that along with some of these really great products. To begin, you want to have a work surface set up, and I've used the all-purpose mat. Works really great because it wipes off really easily. It's a great product that we can sell to our customers. You want to have some containers of water. I have an old rag, some paper towels, and of course the watercolors. And for this project, I'm using this gold rush color that's third row down, this pomegranate color that's over here on the right, and then this dark green. It's a little bit darker than the new fern color, but it blends in really well with the sangria papers. And I'm really loving the sangria papers. Beautiful colors, great for some fall projects. To begin, we're going to stamp our image on this piece of watercolor paper. I've cut this 3 inches by 4 inches, and I'm using this image on the stamp of the month. That is the little bunch of flowers. I'm using the flaxen ink, and I'm going to ink up my stamp. On large stamps like this, I find it easier to turn it upside down and take the pad to the stamp itself. I'm going to stamp this so that the ends of the stems are going just off of the paper. Okay, to hold this in place, I discovered that if you will just brush a little water on your mat and then set the paper in it, it's going to hold it in place and it's not going to slide all over the place while you're working. So I'm going to wet my paintbrush, and I'm just going to brush all over this paper and get it nice and wet. And I'm going to start with the green. So I will wet my brush and then just dip into that dark green color and start at the bottom of the paper and just work some of that green on there. If it's too wet, you can dab some of the paint off with a paper towel, or just blot your brush onto your rag to get some of that paint off. You can dip back into the paint, get a little bit more color if you want it a little bit darker. And I'm going to come back and work on this some more, so don't worry if it's not exactly how you want it to begin with. You're going to keep working with it. Now we're going to use this pomegranate color. So I wet my paintbrush and dipped into the pomegranate watercolor. I'm just working that onto the paper. Clean my brush off and dip into this gold rush color and start adding that in the middle of the card. And we'll just keep working these colors and work on blending them together. If it's a little wet, again, just dry your brush a little bit on your rag. You can continue to dip into your watercolors and get a little bit more color on your brush. Okay, I'm liking that gold rush color. I'm going to go back to my green, getting some more paint on my brush, and then just work it up to the gold and blend those colors together. And we're achieving a really nice ombre effect. Okay, I'm going to clean my brush and go back into the pomegranate. I don't want it too wet. And you can decide how deep you want those colors. I found that I liked the colors to be a little bit darker. I'm going to keep working with this Gold Rush color. Not a little too wet. Just keep blending that color. This is so fun. I have made a bunch of these today, playing with this technique. Clean my brush again. I want to work with the green just a little bit more. And blend those colors. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Once I have that done, it's really wet, so just put your fingernail under the corner and lift that up, and then I have a cooling rack that I use for baking that I'm just going to toss this on and let it dry. And once it's dry, you can put your card together. And on this card, I used this cute little dot pattern from the Sangria, a little bit of the champagne cardstock, and some of the fern. And this faux stitching, to achieve that, I scored a line along the edge and then used the stitch guide and poked some holes and then sanded it, and it gives you that nice faux stitching. So I hope you'll try this card. It's a lot of fun. I think you're going to love the watercolors. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.